How you start your day is very important. Taking care of your brain, eating healthy, and getting some movement are all part of a healthy morning ritual. And having enough energy will ensure that you are well motivated to perform the necessary actions that you need to take in order to be limitless. So today we will be talking about the daily routine, particularly the morning routine, because that is really important. Later in the upcoming videos, I will show you how I structure my morning and the equipment that I use, the gear I use, and how I go about my own morning, just to give you a perspective. But for now, let's go over the general guidelines that I recommend for anyone to have more energy in the morning and to lead way for the rest of the day. Let's go. So just like a car which needs fuel, your brain and body operate best on premium fuel. And not surprisingly, this is very important to protect the brain and the body from oxidative stress and free radicals, which are the ravages of daily life. However, there are also foods like refined sugar and trans fat that rob your brain of its optimal performance and also lead to an inflammatory response. So you do need to be careful of what you eat. Author of Brain Food, Lisa Mosconi, notes that there are some brain foods that have important nutrients that our brain needs. In fact, our brain needs around 40 key nutrients such as antioxidants, phytonutrients, and omega-3s that we need to obtain from our diet. And I will shortly tell you what these foods are. In fact, there are several foods that are very conducive for optimal brain function. Check out the card to learn more about them. And just to give you a spoiler, dark chocolate, even dark chocolate makes the list due to its high flavonoid content, which is great for boosting cognitive functions, and endorphins, which are great for elevating your mood. And spices are also great to improve cognitive function, better your digestion, and just to make food taste a whole lot better. Lastly, always opt for organic, high-quality products. It is also important to not be deficient in any of the key brain-boosting nutrients and supplement accordingly. In fact, that's why fruits and vegetables are a great start due to their quantity of nutrients that they contain. So what are some of those key brain-boosting nutrients? Well, the first one is called DHA, which is an omega-3 fatty acid. And this is so important for the brain. In fact, it makes up 25% of the brain's fat content. And it's just a really important molecule because our brain is made up of 60% fat. And this DHA literally forms a part of the cell membranes of the brain. Yes, it literally forms part of your brain structure. So if you're deficient in this key omega-3, of course your brain is not going to function at its best. So what are some other key nutrients? Well, other key nutrients include the B vitamins and choline, which is found in things like eggs and fatty fish. And choline is very important for the formation of acetylcholine, which is an important neurotransmitter and vital for brain function, for learning and for memory. So make sure that you're not deficient in your B vitamins or choline content, because these are very important brain boosting nutrients and they're very important as well for optimal cognitive performance. So ensure that you have enough omega-3s, especially DHA for the brain, as well as your B vitamins and choline. Acetylcholine is also very important for the formation of a phospholipid in the brain that is very important for the formation of memories. So this is the first thing I would recommend to start off your morning, to eat a brain-boosting diet for the rest of the day and to supplement accordingly by taking brain-boosting nutrients such as omega-3s, your B vitamins or a B complex containing all the B vitamins, as well as choline, particularly acetylcholine. The second thing that I would recommend is to exercise and get moving. Aerobic exercise is a great start for getting the heart to pump blood, and it just has great cardiovascular benefits. But it also increases the size of the hippocampus. Yes, exercise can expand your hippocampus. And everything that's good for the heart is also good for the brain. So get that aerobic exercise during the morning. And of course, you know that exercise also has a lot of cognitive benefits. Numerous studies have been shown of its positive effect on learning and memory. It is also great for decision making, and the memory, of course, is much better. Literally, when you exercise, more blood flows through the brain, and so that's why it's very important for cognitive function as well. In fact, when people walk, I don't know if you noticed it, your executive functioning improved and you're actually able to make better decisions as well. So buy a gym membership, go for a walk, and even schedule a couple of minutes every hour to just move. Those are small things that you can do right now to get some aerobic exercise into the day. Now, I would recommend to combine your aerobic exercise with some form of resistance or strength training. And this is very important to have more muscle strength and to prevent sarcopenia down the road. But aerobic cardio and just moving is a great way to get more blood flow into the brain and to improve your cognitive function. Now, the third thing is to eradicate your negative thoughts. And we already talked about this in depth in our previous videos. And neuroscientist Dr. Daniel Amen uses an acronym of killing ants, which are literally ants stand for automatic negative thoughts. Now, he was referring to an infested kitchen that he had because there are a lot of ants present there, and he likened it to as if we have negative thoughts constantly in our brain because we keep on ruminating about the things and the stressors of our daily life. And this is what Daniel actually saw in his patients as well, in his office, in his job, right, as a neuroscientist. He was seeing these patients which kept on having those negative thoughts in their brains, and they were having all sorts of issues, just like his kitchen, which was infested with literal ants. And he gave it an acronym, automatic negative thoughts. And as mentioned in the last video, in quite a bit of depth, these are very detrimental type of thoughts that limit and make you more and restrict your potential to succeed and to achieve greatness in your life. So we discussed the importance of refining these negative thoughts and coming up with alternative ways that serve you much better and are more in tune with your limitless self and the true self that you want to become. So we want to say things like, I got this, I'm confident, I will achieve this, I will have great success in life, my day will go great, I'm confident, right? I'm able to do this, and I have limitless potential inside me, right? With my brain, right, I have infinite possibilities and I can achieve anything because we all have limitless brains and we can achieve anything we want. Now, those affirmations are powerful, they're very empowering, and that's very important. That's the third part of a great morning routine, to do something that allows you to have those affirmations. I have a 5-minute journal, which I will actually share in the next video, but even things like affirmations are great. So try to engage in that. And Marcus Aurelius himself said that little is needed to make a happy life. It's all within yourself, in your way of thinking. So you want to be happy, you want to improve your psycho-emotional health, start your morning right? Be optimistic, engage in gratitude, and do and have positive thoughts, right? Also when you're driving to work, right? Those are important things during the day. And we want to really remove those ants, right? And so do you have any ants that restrict your ability and your potential to achieve greatness? Please leave them in the comment section below. All right, so the fourth thing is air quality, because poor air quality is detrimental for your health and can cause disease. And so toxic air and pollution are very damaging for well-being. And you probably already know that. And they can rob you of your cognitive superpowers, not what you want. So go out for a walk or get even something called a HEPA air filter to keep the air in your home and in your office where you do most of your work clean. That's really important, to keep your air clean and fresh when you're in that area. So buy a HEPA air filter or go and see some greenery to the parks outside. Both of those are great options instead of always smelling that smog coming from cars or pollution or other smells in your house. So later I will show you the type of filter I use, and you can click on the end card if you are interested in watching that video. So I will literally show you in my morning routine what filter I use, but also I will do a separate video illustrating the exact air filter that I use. Also, it's very important to remove clutter and distractions in your home and office, in addition to keeping the air clean, because if things are messy and disorganized, that is not conducive for optimal cognitive performance as well, because you're going to be worried of all this clutter and you're going to want to make it organized anyways. So I just wanted to ask you, are you currently using any device like a HEPA air filter to keep the air in your home clean? If you do, please leave it in the comment section below. If you don't, well, still leave it in the comment section below. I'm watching you, okay? So please leave me a comment and tell me, how do you keep your home clean, right? What do you do to keep your home clean, right? This is a very important pillar, right, of starting the morning right. You want to ensure that the air around you is clean and fresh. And then, is your bedroom or office tidy, or do you need to do some deep cleaning to ensure that it's well organized? Again, leave a comment down below about that as well, about the organization skills that you have. All right, so the fifth one is your social networks. Now, this is really important. These are the people who you spend most of your time with of your life, right? So in your life, who do you spend most of your time with? And this is really important because I really like this quote by speaker Jim Rohn, and I think it's really true. He says, you are the average of the 5 people with whom you spend most of your time with. What an interesting quote that is. You are the average of the 5 people whom you spend most of your time with. So choose friends with positive self-talk, which is exactly what we talked about in the third pillar, instead of those who have many ends, right? Automatic negative thoughts. So reach out to those people you need to spend more time with. You know who those people are, right? Who do you want to spend more time with? Spend time with those people that are positive, people who are optimistic, people who think positively. Don't spend time with people that have ends or people that won't keep you accountable for your success. You want to spend time with people who have, similar empowering beliefs, similar empowering drives to achieve greatness. And that's really important because doing something by yourself sometimes can be a bit challenging. But if you can team up with someone, that's going to make it so much easier. In fact, I'm open to anybody else who wants to team up with me on my channel and wants to work with me to share this content with other people. Again, in a team, right, everyone can achieve so much more than doing it individually. So leave a comment down below of the name of a friend with whom you know that you have to spend more time with, because he will keep you accountable to have a limitless identity. The sixth factor is new learning. In fact, your brain loves new information so that it can expand and grow, right? So that it can expand its capacity. And we already discussed the concept of neuroplasticity, where your brain can literally create new connections, and literally we can make our brain using stimulation. So by engaging and learning new information. And you are then able to actually process that new information even better the more you do it. So that's why practice makes perfect. The more you do something repeatedly, repetitively, the better you get at it, because your brain can literally make new neurons, new connections, so that you're able to process and remember that information that you want to acquire. And this is really important because, and that's another part of how I start my brain with, I actually like to do some reading. And of course, I'll talk about that in the video where I just talk about my routine. I think this is very important. I think everyone should have some sort of brain stimulation, either in the morning or at a different part of the day, so that you're able to engage in that neuroplasticity, so that you're able to benefit from it. What do you want to learn? Leave me a comment in the section below, and write at least one thing, right, that you want to learn. What is one way that you will engage in cognitive stimulation, right? Is it going to be through reading, or is it going to be through another activity? But what is it what you want to learn, and you can actually do that in your morning routine. The seventh factor is stress management. Now, you already probably knew that was coming, didn't you? So high levels of cortisol actually impair your brain function and actually make our prefrontal cortex, which is a very important brain region, important in decision making and executive function, and it makes that region less active. And so that, of course, reduces our executive function and decision-making capacity. Not a surprise, considering that we literally make poorer decisions when we are under high amounts of stress. Have you ever made poor food choices under high levels of stress? Interesting question. Leave me that answer in the comment section below. And also tell me, what do you do to cope with your stress? Because managing stress is very important to ensure that your brain operates effectively and optimally. All right, so the last thing that you can do is to sleep better, right? And you need to ensure that you get enough sleep, but also that you get high quality sleep. I think this is even more important. And you need to make sure that you actually get both, right? You want to make sure that you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, and you want to make sure that that sleep is really, really good, that it's of high quality. And we'll talk about how to do that. In fact, you can click on the end screen again, here or here, you never know where, to ensure that to learn sleep hygiene strategies and various optimization methods that you can implement right away to improve your sleep and to ensure that you get high quality sleep each and every night and that you wake up feeling refreshed. In fact, I know this is not part of a morning routine, but sleeping the way you sleep the night before greatly affects the next day. In fact, the day starts the night before. So that's why I also include this component as a part of a morning ritual, even though it's not a morning ritual, because it greatly influences your next morning. So make sure that you also get good sleep the night before, and make sure you get enough sleep as well, and make sure that your sleep is optimal. And I will talk about some of the devices that I use for that. One of the things I use is called the Oura Ring, and I'm wearing one right now, and this actually allows you to track your sleep to ensure that you're getting high quality sleep each night. And so again, I will talk about that in the video where I discuss my night routine and in my sleep optimization video. I will have a video that's specific for what I do to optimize my sleep and to ensure that it's great every night. During sleep, we actually clear up a substance called amyloid plaque, which is literally the waste that accumulates between our brain cells, and it's now linked to things like Alzheimer's disease. And in fact, our brain has a lymphatic system, which is the lymphatic system of the brain, which help us flush out and remove these metabolic waste products and toxins. And that is really, really important. So how much sleep do you get? Do you get enough of it? And do you feel refreshed in the morning? Please leave a comment below. So these are the list of things that I do each morning to ensure that my brain functions optimally. And also to ensure that I have lots of energy throughout the entire day. Now, again, I eat brain foods, I take necessary nutrients, I ensure that I get enough movement, I ensure that I only think positive thoughts, I ensure that I have clean air in my home and I use a HEPA air filter for that. I ensure that I get a walk in the sunshine throughout the day, and also that I learn something new, find ways to manage stress, and get good sleep the night before. Now, these are simple things that anybody can do in the morning to start their day right. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and share, the good stuff. And I'm sure you'll also like the next video, where I will discuss my own morning routine and some of the equipment and gear that I use to ensure that I start my day right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.